Hi everyone, Emma here. I have a lovely necklace that I want to show you how to make, and I'm going to use these incredible fold over magnetic clasps that I got from Beebeecraft as part of a collaboration. So if you're looking to buy these, they come in a set of 5. I received 3 gold and 2 silver, and this is what they look like. There's the front and there's the back. And this is how easy it is to open. So you just flip this part here and slide your toggle off. There's a magnet in there, you can see. And it's really beautiful. They're nice and substantial, so I like to use it on a bigger size bead. So let's take a look at what we have. So the set of 5 was $10 US. So we're going to do a necklace with the clasp at the front. So the clasp will sit something like this on an angle like that. And I did that because I wanted this to be the star of the show, and I just love the idea of putting your clasp at the front. So we are going to add some embellishment to this, and what we are going to add is this beautiful Swarovski heart. So you're going to need some type of charm to put at the front. You don't have to, you can leave it just like this. It looks amazing. But you know me, I like to bling it up. So I have a leaf pinch bail, and I'm going to attach that to the heart. So we'll put that right there. And let's get out the other supplies here. So I have 2 gold-plated crimp covers and 2 gold-plated crimps. There's a second one in here somewhere. Yeah, right here. This one looks smaller. There we go. And I have 2 pieces of French wire that's gold-plated as well. So I'm kind of trying to keep it as nice as possible with the gold plating. So I cut a piece that I felt once it was bent, and I don't want to bend it too much. You don't want to handle your gold wire too much because it bends pretty easily and then distorts. So I just measured the second one according to what I thought would work. And you're going to need a jump ring for your heart. So you do have to put a jump ring that's a little bit bigger because this is so substantial here. And yeah, so that should be fine. And of course you're going to need some beads. And where would I be without my pearls? So let's put these extra ones aside and put those out. And I just wanted to point out the silver one and show you how lovely they are too. So there's the silver. And I went ahead and made a double bracelet with potato pearls. And this is how it came out. It is lovely. And you can see, very nice. I think I might add some embellishment on the one side. Let me see here. I think on this. Yeah, on one of the sides of the, and I used the French wire. So that's what it looks like with the French wire. So it bulks it up a bit, but it also protects your wire. And for me, I'm using, let's put this one aside too. I am using the Beadalon 7-strand wire, and it is, they call it bright. I call it silver. And I have a ton of it. So I'm going to use this, and that's another way to bling up your silver wire is to use your gold-plated French wire. So then the only part that you're not going to see any of the silver when you're done. So that's awesome. And I went ahead and I strung the, these are 6mm champagne pearls. They are gorgeous. They really go nicely with the gold and this blush antique pink from the heart crystal. So I will show you what I use for my guide. So this is, you can get these on Pinterest or on the internet and print them off. You can get them where they're just specifically in inches as well, but I just went ahead and added the inches. So this is the kind, this size here is, I would consider this a choker, and I actually would consider this a choker too, but it's actually not. But I find I don't like things around my neck too much. That's like, it's not necessarily tight because it's down a bit, but I kind of like this area here. So I added my own dimensions. So that's 45 centimeters or 16 point, or sorry, 18 inches. The 16 is for the 42. So this is the one we're doing. This is the one we're doing right here. So I've already gone ahead and strung my pearls so that it would be a little easier for you to see. Oh, and I should mention the tools. I use scissors to cut my French wire. I have tried using these nipper tools, and I find sometimes it crushes the end. So use whatever works for you. You are going to need a crimper tool, and I have some pliers my needle nose pliers to do some other work like the jump ring, whatnot. So we'll start with the first one. I cut the piece of wire. I cut about 10 inches more than I needed. So it's about 5 inches on each side. You don't need that much. I just, since I have the big roll, I'm not too concerned. So you're going to take your wire once everything's strung, and let's separate these. And I should mention, because there's a front and a back to this, when you're adding it, just remember to add it in the same way. So you don't want to, now with a strand of pearls it might turn a bit, so it's not as important, but you should be careful. I've done it many times. So if you strung your stuff like this, then you'd be like, oh gosh. Now, you may like this part better than the other, but, and we'll put the heart on last, so we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay, so start with, so here's my trick to remembering how to string things, is I lay them how I want them on there. So that makes it a little easier. We need a crimp tube on there first. That. And I'm just going to hold it in there. You could let it drop. It's not going to get lost in your bead, but if you had bigger beads, it might get lost in there. So that's a habit I do. Then you're going to put your French wire and probably move this slightly. The best way is to guide it in so that you're not handling it as much. Like that. Then you're going to go through your clasp like that. Now I'm going to grab hold of my crimp tube. You're going to fold over your wire and slide it into the crimp tube. And like all twisted. There. Like that. So now we're going to pull this snug so the French wire, this piece goes through your clasp and comes right up next to your crimp. Just bring that over. I'm a little gentle with the French wire because, like I said, it does get bent. So there you go, dots. That is lovely. And you want to try and hold your wires so that they're flat in the correct orientation. And let's enlarge this. So that when you crimp your crimp tube, your wires are sitting side by side like that. So let's see if we can get this. It's a bit of hand maneuvering. So you're going to use this one here near the handles. So there's 3 openings here. So there's this one here is a bigger one, and then the middle one is a micro one, and then the last piece is where you fold over your 2 pieces. So I'll just show you what that looks like. So let's slide this into the last one, being careful not to damage your French wire. Here, like that. And I'm going to go a bit closer to the French wire, just gently. There, that should be fine. And I'll show you what it looks like. If some people know how to do this already, so I'm just explaining. So you can see this one didn't quite go to the other side. Sometimes you can nudge it, but I'm not going to worry about it because once we fold it over, it will be fine. So you can see how it's created this 2-channel effect. So I am going to use the end one at a 90-degree angle like this, and you gently squeeze and it brings it together like that. And you can see you could use this without covering it. It's really nice looking already. So we're going to clip our tail. And I try and get it as close as possible so that there's no scratchy bits. Like that. And we're going to put our bead cap. We could put our bead cap on last, but I think I'll put it on. And that is a trick to get your bead cap on. And I'll tell you, because they're so teeny tiny, I run into problems trying to get it in, and it's slippery and whatnot. So set it on your bead cap and bring your work to it and push it in and get it into the position that you want. So I'm just gonna hold that down a bit and grab my needle nose pliers. Now there are some crimping tools you can use for these crimp covers, but I find I have more control with this, so I kind of like to use this. Be careful not to scratch here. I'm just gently moving it into position. Like that. Just making sure, and that's what it looks. That looks amazing. Look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm making this for me. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, this is really lovely. And actually, normally I don't put that much of a loop, but this actually turned out pretty nice because it really accentuates the clasp. So I'm super stoked about that. So let's go to the other side and do the same thing. So let me move my tools here. So we need these guys. And also remember to coil your beads a bit to give it a bit of space. It's not as important with your necklace because the beads are gonna fall a certain way, but you don't want to pull it so tight that it's very rigid and doesn't move. So we've got our crimp tube, then our French wire. Now sometimes the wire is kind of bent in front of the hole. Let me adjust there we go. There, that's it. That on there. Grab these guys. You can see I have a lot of wire left over. And okay, so let's readjust our necklace here so we know that we have it in the right orientation. So this has to go this way, like that. So we're gonna bring our wire into the clasp, and oh, the crimp tube went over the wire, French wire. Let's get this back in the right orientation. So you're going to go into your crimp tube, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit snug to the pearls, and just hang on to your pearls and pull your wire there till it's in the position that you want, like that. Then get your crimp tool I'm going to use the last hole. I am going to move down a bit because I don't want to crush my French wire, and gently squeeze. And then turn it 90 degrees and put it in the first channel, like that, and fold it over. I'm just going to give another little squeeze here. That some of these crimp tubes I find are not as consistent as the others. So that one had, I think it was a little wider, so there was more metal left over that was on the edge. And be careful when you're clipping not to scuff up your pearls. Bring it down, clip that, and bring your crimp cover. Yeah, see, oh, that one, that wire is sticking out there. I want to get that because if it doesn't get covered by the crimp cover, it will scratch you and drive you nuts. Sorry, it will scratch me and drive me nuts. I'm like, my wife calls me the princess and the pea because a little wrinkle in the sheets in the bed drives me nuts. Of course, that's maybe my nursing career where you were taught to get the sheets. I want this up a little more. Let me see if I can get that up without scratching anything. Okay. And a gentle squeeze. These crimp covers are a wee bit small, so they're the hole you can see. Oh, sorry, the hole is. Let me see if I can get this. Is getting caught up on the crimp tube. Let me see if I can. A little more bent than I like, but there we go. Wow, look at that. Oh my gosh. That is lovely. So let's put our heart on. So we need to open this heart. It's not going to fit or the crimp, the pinch bail. See, it's not going to fit. And the way I do that is I put my tools in there and then I just take my finger and push it out a bit. Oh, that was a little more than I wanted. And let me see, that looks like there's a bit of a, hopefully that'll hold. So just slide one end in. And this is soft enough, you could probably squeeze it with your fingers like that. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. And get this jump ring. Other tools. I'm going to open this up now so you can see. Get rid of this. Open this up. Put this on here and on here. Okay, I have to open it up a little more. That's how wide that closure is. That should do it there, yep. And oh, that's pretty. Oh, wow. This is amazing. And we just open it up and put that in. Look at what? So that is lovely. Wow. That's amazing. That turned out really, really nice. Let me see if I can. Right, bring this so you can see it a little better. And I'm just going to mention with Beebeecraft, there's a few things. They offer a coupon code, and the coupon code is capital EMMA5, so Emma5, and it's for $5 off of a $40 offer or order, and that offer is good for a year. Now you can, if you've never used one of my, so you see mine says Emma5, that means I've done others with them. So if you've never used one of those coupons and it's within that year, you can use those as well. So it would be something like Emma4, Emma3, like that. The other thing that they asked me to mention to everyone is if you have a channel and you have over 100 subscribers, you can be a part of the collaboration YouTube program. So you can get free products for doing videos. So that's pretty cool. So I'll put all that information in the description along with the link for these amazing clasps and the coupon code. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed that. This was a lot of fun, and of course I get something out of it at the end. A lovely necklace. I'll be wearing this for a while. Take care, everybody. Bye.